Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swimming Bird, and we're back again for this week's Snapshot. This is 12W34A for Thursday, August 23rd. Now, there is a ton of stuff this week, so we better get to it. We haven't had a Snapshot for the last few weeks, and this one even has a new boss mob in it, but I'm going to save that for the end as a little treat. But let's get going. What's this giant wall behind me, you might think? Why is there... He's using the ugly jungle planks. But whoopah! There we go. Now this took me a little while. This is the new item frame item, and I have taken them and made every single block in the game basically. I think there's maybe a few ones that you have to use cheats to get that aren't in here, but there's definitely every block that you can get in creative mode on this wall behind me. Pretty crazy. I think it's about 400 blocks or so. And you can just kind of scan down and see this is how all these blocks look in the item frame, which this is the item frame right here, this little frame with the sword on it. You can craft that by taking a piece of leather and surrounding it with 8 sticks. And when you mount it on the wall, you just take whatever item you want and right click on it and you can put it on here. Now even at the bottom I've done some extras like different colored armor that I'll get into in a sec, and some of these blocks like fire and monster spawners and stuff that you can only get through cheats. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. One of the things right now that I don't like about the item frames though is that if you move a little too far back, they disappear, so you can get this weird effect that I used in the beginning there. And you can see stuff like the maps get displayed. I know the compass and the clock actually work while you're on here, but they're pretty cool. Now let's head down here and I will talk about the armor dyeing system. I put a little sign here. I like using these item frames, and you'll see as we go on that I've done that a lot. Now here I've got some leather armor, and I will show you too that leather armor has actually been changed a bit. You can see already that it's darker than normal, but if I put it on my person here, you can also see that the texture is changed. It's a little bit different. It's got like buttons on it. It's kind of made to look more clothes-like, I think. But anyways, let's get down to dyeing. Now how do you do this? You just basically grab a color and grab a piece of armor and go over here and bam, you can slam that down and there's your dyed armor. Now if you add a different color, look, I added a yellow and now this armor is orange. There are 16,777,216 different combinations of colored armor that you can make, which is insane. A lot of them are different shades of the base colors, but you can use all the different dyes, basically just dye it and recolor it as many times as you want. You can get a lot of different shades, and it's pretty cool. Now, say I don't like the color of this armor. Nobody likes orange, right? I'm sure people like orange. I like orange. Okay, so you just head over to a cauldron with water in it, and you right-click, and bam, use a little water, you wash off your armor, and it looks good as new. So that is pretty cool. That's how you do armor dye. I'd messed it around a little bit with some darker green. I used black in here to make this kind of green camouflage shoot, but you know, this is probably not going to hide me very well in the jungle even. Now I made this little entrance over here, and if we head on in, got a little makeshift home here. Now here's my bed. I told you I like item frames. There's my bed. I made some pajamas here. I think I'll put those on. We'll just relax a little bit as we head through the new features. There we go. Got my nice little PJs on. Pretty cool, right? Not really. Okay. And here's a fireplace I made. I saw that I think Dinnerbone retweeted, the developer who works on Minecraft retweeted a picture someone did this, and it's a little funny seeing that fire animated in the frame. But I made a little fireplace with a snow golem I killed. I mounted his head over. Item frames you can also use on furniture to get, I think it looks a bit better than signs as like arms for your furniture. So I've got a little couch and stuff here. But anyways, let's move on. Now, out here, this might look a little strange. This is a little manhole I made, but now you're able to actually take trapdoors, and instead of, you can either put them at the bottom like you normally would and they'd open to the top, or you can put them at the top like a half slab and they open downwards. So now you can have them flush with the ground without needing to have like a stupid block or something next to it to reveal it. So that's pretty cool. The item frames I was messing around with more, and you can see that it's a little weird. You can put them on areas you didn't think you probably wouldn't think you could. Like there's a torch here, but I still have item frames all around it, so that's kind of strange. And you can do some cool stuff like laying a torch, and then you put an item frame after that, and bam, it looks like it's sticking out. And this is actually a trapdoor sticking out of the item frame, mounted, and it kind of has a cool little like mounted torch there. I saw that on Reddit. Okay, so let's move on from item frames. Now, check out my wolf army over here. I have dyed all their colors. Now here we go. Let's go. We got, I think, cyan, we got purple, we got blue, we got a light gray. There's brown, green, red is the normal one, black. These are all the colors. Light green, yellow. Oh, we got lightning coming and thunder. There's a dark gray, a pink, and the last four over here, light blue, I think that's magenta, orange, and white. Now the white one I kind of like, and the gray a bit, because it makes it look like they don't even have collars on, which I think is kind of cool. You can just make your dogs look like they're not, tamed. They're kind of wild wolves. But all you have to do this is just take a die, whichever die you want to use, and just head up to your wolf and right-click it, and there we go. Now he's got a different colored collar. Pretty cool. Okay, let's move on. I got this nether portal over here. There's creepers all over. And I've set this up. This might look a little weird, but portals have been improved now where entities can pass through, which means if I throw an item in here, like this die, it's going through the portal, and it's on the other side. This also works with end portals, not just nether portals. Now, I wanted to test this out, so I got Sprinkles, the Wonder Cat, here. Sprinkles, are you ready to go? I've disguised this portal with a few things that cats like. They like to chew on grass, string, They got milk and fish, so hopefully I can trick Sprinkles, the Wonder Cat, into heading through this portal with me. Sprinkles, you want to come over here? Come on, buddy. Head on through this portal for me. Jump on up. You can do it. There we go. Alright, Sprinkles is gone. Okay. I actually had set this up to try to set a villager with a minecart through, but that actually doesn't work. You have to use an item that is dropped, or any type of mob, but it can't be in a minecart for it to work. So let's head on through, and you can see the aftermath of what I've been doing here. Head on to the other side, and there's a ton of stuff. Now it'll pile up around here, but if I stand here a little bit, it should teleport through. That's how I got this initial villager through. It takes it a little time, I believe, to get the stuff to pass through. Right now it kind of clumps on the portal, as you saw, so it's not too effective. We can head back through, and you'll see all this stuff on the other side again. They just kind of, there's a cooldown for this, but it does mean that stuff will stack and then teleport through. But anyways, it's just kind of cool. It's basically a way to get a lot of stuff into the nether, and people have said that if you send a ton of stuff, like items through, you could use this for item farms, and your items wouldn't despawn, they would stay in the nether. So that could be kind of cool to use that for a farm or something. That villager just killed himself. Anyways, these guys aren't cooperating too much. Hopefully Dinnerboat improves that so they actually like walk when they go through and don't just teleport again. But let's move on. So next, over here, corner stairs. This is something that is going to be a huge improvement on how stuff looks. Now, stairs will actually form into corners. You can see some of these cool little designs I made here, messing around with it. They'll kind of taper on the ends if you mess with them enough. Sometimes they'll just go normal, but sometimes they'll taper. They're a little glitchy right now, but I made like a sofa here. I made this kind of big old lazy chair. But I think they look a lot better on corners here. Now you're not going to have a weird corner that is like normally you'd have it here and it would have to be like that or this, but now it actually forms. It's kind of cool. I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyone who's played Minecraft, it looks funky if you have stairs going two different ways. So now they fixed that. Jeb said he may tweak it, but who knows. Alright, some cool stuff over here. A lot of new items I will go into. Now this is going to be exciting for people who like farming. I'll get to that in 1 second, but before I do, I want to show the Mossy Cobble and Cobblestone walls here. Talked about those in a Minecraft news segment before, but they added the Mossy Cobble version as well. You can just kind of pick those up and place them, and they'll start as these little pillars, and the more you place them, the more they expand. If you put an item like a torch on top of it, then it will actually change how the block works here. So if I take this torch and put it in the middle, it'll make one of those little things. You craft these just like fences. You just take your cobble or your mossy cobble and make 6, two rows of 3 to make these, and you can't jump over them. So they pretty much act like fences. Let's set the time to day here. Don't want any monsters around. But this is my little farm I built. I've got my tools. Oh, that kind of grew over that. I've got my little tool chest here. And there are some new crops in the game. I have labeled them. These are the potatoes, and these are carrots. 2 new crops in the game. Pretty cool stuff. They add a lot of potions that you can make, which I'll get into in a minute. But they also are kind of useful normally. So the carrots, they will heal 2 hunger, and there's also a golden variety that heals 3 hunger. And the potatoes will heal 0.5 hunger, and if you bake them into baked potatoes, they'll heal 3 hunger. So potatoes seem like if you want to put the effort, you could bake them, and they'd probably be easier than meat to carry around. Carrots, I think, are going to start replacing watermelons for what people carry around a lot of the time because they heal 2 instead of just 1. Watermelons are probably a little easier to farm because carrots and potatoes have to be made like wheat. But it's still pretty cool. It adds some variety, and I'll show you their uses in a second here. But while we fly over there, you might have noticed right here and here, this is another thing I've talked about in the Minecraft news segment. These are flower pots. Now, to craft these, you need to take some clay and just make it in this kind of bucket fashion. You'll craft a flower pot. And what can you put in a flower pot? Well, saplings, mushrooms, flowers, cacti, ferns, and dead shrubs. I've done most of them around here. You can just kind of see how they look. Just a little decoration thing. You can right-click the plant to put it in there. If you hit it, it will drop both the plant and the flower pot. So those are pretty cool. Now, I said there is more use for carrots and potatoes. There's also, here's the baked potato. There's 2 other varieties of potato. Baked potato when you cook it, and poisonous potato that sometimes drops. Now, it actually heals more hunger than a normal potato. It heals 1, but it has a chance to poison you, kind of like zombie meat. So carrots are going to be probably more of a focus for people than potatoes because carrots are used in making some of the new potions. So here's the golden carrot. You're going to need that to make potions. So to make a gold carrot, you take the gold nuggets that you can get from a gold bar and you surround a normal carrot with 8 of them and you will get a gold carrot here. And I'm going to go over here. If you take a brewing stand, you make your awkward potions the normal way you would with nether wart. And then let's put the gold carrot in and let that sit for a bit, and that is going to make a potion of night vision. This is the potion I can show off again here. I'll drink it, and we can set time to night so you can see what it looks like. Now I showed this off in another snapshot, but it basically is going to look like daytime even at night here. I probably should have drunk it right in the middle of the night, but you can already see that it doesn't really look that dark despite it getting dark here. And that's because of the night vision potion, obviously. So we've made our night vision potions. Now what can we do with those other than use them for night vision? Well, we can take them in this chest. I'll grab the other ingredient we need. Put them over here in this other brewing stand. And if you take your night vision potion and put a fermented spider eye there, it will brew a potion of invisibility. Now the invisibility potion is pretty cool, because this is going to kind of change the way PvP works. Now I'm going to go over here where I can throw it right in my face. And here we go. I'm invisible. Now, your armor and your items in your hands, I believe, will still fill up. What is going on over there? Or will still show up. That's a really crazy spider jockey. Okay. Anyways, I don't want to get distracted by him. Now, your items and stuff will still be shown, but enemies won't be able to see you on survival mode unless you run right up to them and tap them. Then they can see you, or if you hit them. But it will protect you from enemies seeing you. And in PvP, you're going to have to take all your armor off. Your nameplate won't show up, but you can pretty much sneak around with all your armor off. I don't think the potion, the little swirl thing, will show up when you're running around. But I haven't been able to test that in multiplayer yet. So you basically kind of have to hide without anything on, pull your sword out or your bow, and shoot or attack someone, and then put it back away and hide. So it kind of takes a lot of skill to use that. It's not going to be too overpowered in PvP, I don't think, because people can see you if your armor's on, I believe. But those are the two new potions, and they both use carrots, so carrots are going to be very important, I believe. Now, the Invisibility Potion I did want to show, there are some funny effects that it has. I've got a few of the mobs here. Most of the mobs will remain invisible when you use the Invisibility Potion on them, but a few of them are a little strange. Like, we've got the sheep here. They actually keep their wool on, and they look like creepy Slenderman things. And speaking of Slenderman, the Enderman looks pretty creepy too. When you hit him, his particles and his eye glow still shows up. And then we have a spider over here. I might as well just hit this spider. Bam! The spiders are known for their glowing eyes, and that still shows up too. So it doesn't get rid of like the light effect, so it's kind of strange. You can still see some of the mobs, and look, the skeleton here, he's got his bow still. There's still ways of seeing stuff. The zombie pigmen will have their sword in their hand and stuff. So, oh, look, that Enderman's carrying a block. That's pretty cool. Haven't seen him do that with the invisibility. But anyways, just some cool stuff that you can do with the splash invisibility potions. Now let's move on. Try to get through some of this stuff quicker. Okay, so we've got maps here. Maps have been improved. So when you make a map now, it will be zoomed way in. Now look, so you can see how close I am here. This is the area over here. You can see my build right on the map and all that. All the stuff I built is pretty visible. Now if you want to zoom this map out, you can take some paper here and then head over to the crafting table and just take the map that you're using and surround it in paper, and you'll get a new map that is zoomed out more. And there we go. You can kind of see it's a lot bigger area there. Now if I take an empty map with this, I can clone the maps that I'm using. So here we go. I make two maps, and they're both the same map. So you can clone all your map. Like, you can spend time making a map and not have to worry about it just going to waste, or you're the only one who's going to use it because you don't want to have somebody else take it. But now it's very easy to clone maps, so you don't have to worry about that. And I've used a lot of paper to make. This is the 5th level of zoom here, and you can see how far it goes. This is, I believe, what the normal maps used to look like. So there's 5 closer levels of zoom now. This zombie will not leave me alone. So yeah, there we go. Maps improved a lot and a lot easier to distribute. They're also aligned to a grid, so they should actually work a lot better to map an area. Now what is this over here? We've got a new item. This is the wooden button. Now the wooden button is basically just used so you can shoot it with a bow. And let's see if I can do it. There we go. I set that up so you get a little reward, but the arrow will pin in there for a bit and hold that down, and you can use that for traps and stuff. That's going to be really important in adventure maps. I was hoping they would add that, because when they added the pressure plates able to be pinned down by arrows, they're kind of hard to hit with arrows, so I was hoping they would add like a button or some sort of thing like that. So one last thing before we get to the finale that you guys are probably waiting for. Now the lighting glitch, Dinnerbone is still working on that, but it's mostly fixed. I can't see any area around here that has really done it, or has it, apparent, but it's usually more apparent right in caves and around cliffs and stuff. So he's working on that. That is pretty much it for the main features, but we're going to move on to the last one. Now give me a sec to cut here, and I will be back to show you guys off the new mob boss. Alright guys, let's do it. You want to see this new mob boss? Let's get going. I've set up some battle supplies here. This is my new dog. His name is Zach Scott, and he's going to come into battle with me, and we'll see if he survives. Hopefully he does. Just going to grab all this stuff here. This is all my supplies, and I'll put it on as I talk about the new hard difficulty settings. Now if we hard difficulty's been in here, but one of the new things that Dinnerbone added is that fire will spread infinitely again, I believe. It does not have itself limited like it does in normal modes. So we're just going to light this forest on fire, and we'll see how far this goes and how fast will I prepare. It's going to add a little bit of extra sense of danger to the battle. So I've got my supplies here. I've got some potions and stuff. I'm going to put my armor on, and as you can see, that fire is spreading pretty quickly. So I've also given myself a stone golem buddy I'm going to use here. So or an iron golem. So let's put this iron golem's head on. And dang, those trees are already going. We'll see if that actually spreads farther than normal does. I've got an invisibility potion as a backup. but we'll see how we do. I think we'll do okay. Now, the mob boss, it is called the Wither boss. Now, there's also an egg to spawn the Wither skull. Normally, you can't get this in the snapshot. I had to get a modded version because it was glitchy, so they took it out of the snapshot. But we will be able to see it here. The Wither skull egg, if you try to place that, that actually crashes the game, and I believe this is going to be a normal enemy in the future. That's going to be my guess, because you'll see here with the Wither boss that it looks like there could be other versions of it. Now, the Wither boss's egg is pitch black just because I don't think they've textured it, but I'm going to set my game mode to creative here, or to survival, and then we're going to get going with this boss fight. The Wither boss is going to be pretty tough. He shoots projectiles, and I'll just let you guys see him because I don't want to, you know, sit here talking too long. So here we go. Game mode, survival, me, and just watch this destruction. Oh god. Alright. So he's gotten me with the Wither effect. The Wither effect is a slow poison that will drain my hearts and also make it so that my hearts turn black. Now the golem's helping me out a bit here. The Wither boss, he shoots projectiles that destroy land. As you can see, the golem is not having too much fun against him. I'm having a hard time as well. He's hitting me with a lot of knockback. I'm going to shoot him with arrows. I'm stuck in this pit. Looks like Zach has already died. I got to get out of here. Hopefully the golem will distract him long enough. Jeez. As you can see, the Wither boss has 3 heads that all shoot in different directions. So he's actually aiming at me, and he could probably shoot at the golem now. Yep, he is, if he wanted to. Which he is doing. I'm going to try to get into the forest here. Each of those projectiles will just shoot and destroy land, and he will destroy land around him if need be, to protect himself and get him out of different situations. So he is pretty tough. I actually had him go up against 3 iron golems, and they were able to take him down, but it took a bit of doing. I need my other health potion here. Looks like that golem probably doesn't have too long to go. I'm going to try to snipe him while the golem distracts him. The Wither boss is an asshole, as you can see. He will actually go after animals and villagers as well. Basically anything but monsters. I need to back up. Man, that golem is still alive somehow. He's doing a lot of damage to it, though. He'll go after everything, so wherever this guy shows up, you don't want your base to be around. Now, he looks like he's like a floating rib cage, like he is some type of, well, where did he go? Like he's some type of deceased soul. Like, I'm wondering where he's going to fit in with, like, what type of thing he is. I'm so confused. He's gone. Weird. As mysteriously as he came. But if you noticed, he had white eyes. Whoa. Where is he? There he is. Jeez. Okay. He had white eyes, which makes me wonder if they were trying to base him kind of around the Herobrine mythos that everyone loves. So, let's see if I can take him down the rest of the way. I've got a lot of arrows, and he looks like he's kind of stuck. But as I mentioned before, he can break his way out by destroying the blocks around him, and he can even destroy water source blocks. I noticed when I fought him before that you heard that breaking sound? That was him breaking the blocks around him. I noticed before that he kind of liked to hide underwater until someone got close, so I don't know if he's programmed to do that or that was just a coincidence from him floating. Looks like he killed a chicken over here. The Wither is taking its toll on me. I'm running out of potions here to use. I might have to use my golden apple. There we go. Blow that tree up. Ah, Jesus. And I don't think you can hit those little skulls back at him. Those might be what the Wither skulls are, but I have a feeling that there's going to be something called a Wither skull that is a normal entity here that we're going to find normally before we fight this guy. Oh my god, I need help. I'm going to use my apple and try to finish him off. He's being a little glitchy where he's not fighting me. I don't know where the heck he is. Jeez, he keeps disappearing. There he is. He's glitched on the tree. I'm going to go in, try to get the kill here. Alright. Let's do this. Jeez. Basically, he's got a lot of the destruction that the Ender Dragon has, but he might show up in the overworld. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe he'll be in the Nether. But he is very tough. Almost got him. Look at him. He's breaking water blocks. He's going crazy. We can do this. I'm running out of health. I just gotta take him down a little bit more. There we go. Ugh, I might die from wither. Now I'll go into my inventory. You can see I have wither effect. I might die here. Jeez. I still have 40 seconds of it. Crap, crap, crap. Potion, potion. I don't have creative mode. I'm healing. Okay. I might be able to heal past this wither. Potion's kind of slow, but my health might help me. Anyways, that is the wither boss. I'm probably going to die here. But thanks for watching, guys. Let's just throw this down if I can. I missed it. Alright. Goodbye, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. That was an intense boss fight. Who knows how that'll change. It's very, it's in the test stages. I just died. I withered away. That's a new death status. Sweet. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, please. It'll help me out. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Doot 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 doot. Hey, how's it going? Whoopah.